Yeah, okay. Perfect. So today, guys, I want you guys to listen to the product training in two ways. Number one is what can you learn? But number two, I want you to think about who can you help with some of these products, okay? So if you have a notebook, I want you to make a T on the sheet, and on one side, I want you to put for me, and then on the other side, I want you to put for someone I know. Because as we're going through these products, you're going to be thinking about people that you know or products for yourself that you're like, oh my God, I should totally be on these products. Or I know someone who can really benefit from these products, okay? So that's my intention today. As I'm going through, I'm going to ask all of you, I'm going to be super active on the chat. So if you guys have questions as I'm going through the products, please ask them and I can answer them here. My intention is to provide as much value to you when it comes to the products. So as you start off with the products, one of the things that it's super important for you to know is how long we've been in existence. So, and the reason why is a distributor, you're gonna have companies or people that are gonna tell you, well, I'm taking X protein or I'm gonna take X vitamins, great. But we have over 40 years of backing when it comes to the nutritional quality of the products. So it's not like a mom and pop. Just so you guys know, a lot of supplements are produced in garages. So there's not a lot of regimen when it comes to that. And the fact that Herbalife products do have 40 years, it just totally gives you a lot of backing. The amazing thing about our nutrition is that anyone can take it because of the diversity of the products. So no matter what kind of a person you have in front of you, you can direct them a different kind of product that they can benefit from. Today, I'm going to focus on our core health, on our enhancers, and as well as our heart life. Okay, so that's going to be my focus for tonight. And like I said, if you guys have questions, just post them on the chat. One of the things as you guys are taking notes, just know that people want to hear the stories. I'm going to talk to you about some of the benefits and some of the nutrients on the products, but don't get stuck on thinking like, oh, I need to know all of that. I'm just giving you this information so you guys have the backing and you guys feel confident in it. But honestly, people will go by the products based on your excitement. Like, oh my God, I took the Prolesta and I felt amazing, right? And like people will go by that. So don't get stuck on like the ingredients and all of that. So let's start off with the core product. So Herbalife is the essence of our company is core nutrition. And what that means, and a lot of us are not taking our core nutrition, so I really want to emphasize how important it is. So the core nutrition means that at a cellular level, so your bodies are made up of thousands and trillions of cells that make up tissue, that make up your organs, that make up your body. These cells need to have their villi open. So they need to be active in order for your body to absorb the food. So if you think about food, it's meant to fuel your body appropriately so your body can have energy, okay? What happens with age, stress, medication, lack of sleep, people sneezing like Nicole, I just caught you, you start to wear out your cells. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but maybe sometimes you would get a headache and you would have to take 2 or 3 Tylenols for it to have an effect. Or before this, maybe you had to take 2 or 3 Cokes for you to feel that energy boost. The reason for that is because your cells are not, they're very closed off. They're not absorbing nutrients. So that's why it's so important that you're taking your multivitamin and your cell activator along with your shake, because it's helping at a cellular level for you to do that. Now, as we go through this, one of the things that just keep in mind, some people think like, oh, Herbalife is just meant for weight loss. No, it's really meant to be personalized based on people's goals. So if people just want to have a healthy lifestyle, just having 1 shake a day, 2 healthy meals, great. They're going to have a healthier lifestyle because they're giving their body a meal that is nutrient rich. Write that word down. What I mean by nutrient rich is that, for example, even in a plate of salad, you're having some greens, you're having some protein, but you might be missing a couple vitamin D. You might be missing, some phytonutrients that you're not getting in that meal. So what the core nutrition does, meaning your shake with your multivitamin and your cell activator, it's giving you that nutrient-rich meal full of vitamins and full of nutrients. So that's why it's really important. So with your meal replacement, your Formula One, so a couple things to keep in mind when it comes to this is if you guys see down here on the screen, I'm gonna notate it. You see this section right here? So it's approved by the American Heart Association as a #1 meal replacement worldwide. So one of the things that you should know is that our products are freaking amazing, right? It's approved by the American Heart Association. They're gluten-free. So a lot of people are going to ask you that, is it gluten-free? And just so you know, when it comes to being the #1 meal replacement, so even the other competitors, they would have to multiply 2 or 3 times the sales to even get to our #1. So we are like #1 way above the sales. And that's because of the taste and the quality. And you guys have probably tried other meal replacements, you know, from other companies. You can't compare the taste, right? Like the creaminess, the flavor, it's so delicious. And the fact that, like I said, it's nutrient rich. One of the things that you do have to keep in mind, and the reason why you're adding the multivitamin to your shake, because some people think, well, I'm taking the shake, it's full of vitamins. Yes, but your body is only meant to absorb the vitamins that it needs, okay? It'll get rid of anything that it doesn't need. And the difference between the vitamins that are in your Formula One versus in your multivitamin is in the multivitamin, you're getting some phytonutrients that are not included in the meal replacement. Phytonutrients are nutrients that come from plants, okay? So super important for you to notate that. Comes in a lot of flavors. One question I get asked all the time, what's the difference between the Formula One, this one, the regular one, the Formula One Sport, and then we have the alternative protein, right? Here's the difference. Formula One Sport is a whey-based protein. It's a different kind of protein that is lighter and easier to digest for the athlete, because for the most part, you guys will notice if you take the Formula One, this regular one, you'll take it and you'll feel full, right? Like it'll totally satisfy you. The athlete needs to be active. They need to be able to jump back in the game if they have to. So it has to be an easier protein for them to digest. It also helps with muscle development, whey protein does, and it also has more vitamins for them because when they're exerting their body that much, the level of nutrients that they need is a lot higher. So the Formula One Sport does have an increment of vitamins for them. The alternative protein, that is for people who have very sensitive digestive systems. And maybe you might have people who might be allergic. Very rare, not very typical. But the alternative protein is a rice and sesame blend type of protein. So it's just a different kind of protein. It's easier to digest. Obviously, there's not a lot of variety. It only comes in vanilla. But even like when you're noticing, especially as girls, right, because you might get bloated, you can switch it and mix them so that it can help you with your digestion. So keynote with the Formula One, super critical. And then we go into the multivitamin. So as I mentioned to you with the multivitamin, it has the phytonutrients, it has, you know, the 21 micronutrients, it has a lot of folic acid. So just so you know, especially, you know, my soon-to-be mommies or mommies out there, you need folic acid for the development of a good, healthy baby. Most prenatals, actually this probably has more folic acid than a lot of the prenatals. It also has calcium and an iron. The other part is because the multivitamin is blended with herbs, the dilution rate is a lot faster. So if you get a multivitamin over the counter and then you get Herbalives and you put them in water, Herbalives will dilute a lot faster, will dissolve, which means that in your digestional tract, as it's going through your system, it will absorb into your body a lot faster. What happens with a lot of over-the-counters is because they have a coating and they don't dilute as fast, many times you'll just digest them right out. So that's one of the key things when you're taking the multivitamin, why it's so important. Okay, the next one that I wanted to mention was the cell activator. I don't know what happened. My computer froze. Is the cell activator. So the cell activator helps you with the absorption of, can you, on the host, Delphi, can you just stop the share? It just froze on me. There we go. So the cell activator helps your body with the absorption. So just so you know, Herbalife, this product is a patent product, so no other, supplement company carries it. It has this unique ingredient called the mitochondrial, which is the absorption. It also has aloe base on it, so it'll help, heal your cells. Again, like I mentioned, medication, stress, all of that causes a lot of wear on our cells, so it'll help you regenerate, and it'll help you with the absorption. The other thing that a lot of people don't realize is people will take energy drinks or energy caffeine to get energy. A lot of people don't realize that if you're lacking nutrients, your body will deplete its energy. Think about it as a car. If I have a Lamborghini car, and if it's meant to have the best quality fuel so that it could run crazy speeds, but I'm cheap and I go to AM, PM, and I put the unleaded, the quality of fuel for that Lamborghini is not giving it the ability to maximize the potential of that car. Well, can you imagine all the junk that we've been throwing in our body that is not high quality? It's hard to digest and it's hard to process. The other thing, unfortunately, with an American diet, our foods are very high in preservatives. So again, those things, obviously, my friend was telling me yesterday, she's like, I had a piece of bread that had 2 months. I had put it in my pantry. I was cleaning out my pantry and I didn't realize I left it there. It had been sitting there for 2 months and it had no mold in it. That's not a healthy thing. If you put a McDonald's burger and you let it just sit out, you'll notice that it won't decompose. Can you imagine the poor children's digestional system would happen? So a lot of that will cause your energy levels to deplete because of the lack of good nutrients in your body. That's not good fuel. So multivitamin and cell activator are key elements. The other part is, for example, my high energy people. Some of you have that natural high energy. Carla, Leah, people who have high energy like that, they don't need a lot of energy. Like they don't need a lot of caffeine. They just need good vitamins. And with that, they'll notice a spike in energy really, really fast. So just key things for you guys to notice when some people tell you like, oh, I'm too sensitive to caffeine, I can't do it. Well, sometimes they just need good vitamins and the cell activator to help them. Okay, let's go into enhancers, okay? So enhancers are gonna enhance the body to help their metabolism lose weight, okay? So the tea, it has 21 different types of teas mixed in there, black tea, oolong tea. It allows the body to move faster. It kind of gives it a kickstart. The amazing thing with tea is that the flavors obviously are amazing. How you can drink it hot, cold, it'll boost up that energy level. But the other part that I want to share with you is it's such a high antioxidant. What does that mean? Antioxidants help you fight viruses. They help you fight free radicals coming into your body. There's studies made that green tea will help you fight off cancer. They say that a lot of us carry a cancer cell within our body. You just need something to ignite it. Well, green tea helps you repel it. So green tea is just a natural way for you to help. Again, I mean, we're not claiming to cure, and I'm just telling you this as a distributor, just so you guys have this back knowledge, but it's a great anti-cancerous herb that just helps your body, protect it. And that's because of the strong antioxidant benefits that it has. You can mix it. One of the things I tell people is, everybody knows your body. You can play around with the quantities. I can drink my chai tea super dark and I am good. And I can drink it right now late at night and I am good. But there's some people who are super sensitive. So one of the things I recommend when you're recommending the tea is first try one in the morning, see how you feel. If you're good, then you can maybe add another one after lunch. If you're still good, you can add. But keep in mind, like I mentioned earlier with a multivitamin, if your client is not on a multivitamin and a cell activator, sometimes that's all they need, with maybe 1 or 2 cups of tea that will help their energy levels stay good, okay? Are you guys good? Type a 5 in the chat if I'm boring you, if you guys are good. Okay, Next one. Oh, so Delvina knows this is my infamous high rocketing video. So thanks to this video, I'm popular now. So Delphi and I have done a bunch of stuff.
Considered now as a YouTube influencer.
I'm an influencer.
Video.
Yeah, we've tried so many things. We did a video on Prolesa and it got so many hits. Prolesa has been a favorite of mine for a long time because this is a perfect product for a person who tells you, I want to lose weight, but I can't do anything that gives me caffeine or gives me that kick. Great, you can give them Prolesa. Prolesa has two things. It's called Prolesa Duo for a reason. It has the oat oils that help you, like it creates a lining in your stomach so that there's a timing difference between the time that the food hits your stomach to the time that it sends a signal to your brain telling you that you're full. How many times have you eaten? You're super hungry, you stuff your face, and then 5 minutes later, you're like, oh, that was way too much food, right? There's a delay in that process. And unfortunately, in that delay, we're not like cars. If you fill up the tank and you overflow it, it'll shoot it back out. We shoot it out this way and this way, right? And so Prolesa will help you, one, send you that signal to your mind a lot faster that you're full. It'll also serve as a very good fat burner. And it'll get rid of your visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat that's around your major organs, your heart, your kidneys, your liver, your lungs. And unfortunately, that visceral fat is a very tough fat to get rid of, and it's a very dangerous fat. That fat comes from red meats, high processed foods, and a lot of heavy oils. So that visceral fat, imagine your heart, and I always use this example, your heart has no break, it has to be pumping blood every single second of the day. Well, if all of a sudden now it's covered by a layer of visceral fat, it has to work extra hard to push that blood through. On top of that, keep in mind that your blood connects to all of your arteries. And if you have a lot of body fat clogging those arteries, can you imagine how much extra pressure we're adding to our body? You're adding visceral fat here, and on your artery, you're stuffing them and pushing them to like not be able to flow because of that excess body fat. Poor body. We're killing our own body. What you will notice is numbness, tingling of the hands and the feet, headaches. And that's showing you, that's like your body putting like engine lights on your car that there's bad circulation, bad flow. So aside from the fact that Prolesa makes you super sexy because it gets rid of that stubborn fat, it really is super important to get rid of for people with high blood pressure, people with high cholesterol, people who have like severe chronic health problems that have a big belly. It's because they have a lot of visceral fat that they have to work through. You'll probably notice that it'll also help you with your digestion, and that's because it's getting rid of that visceral fat. And again, I love it because it has no stimulant, so you can do it late at night and you're good. Cool. Next one is total control. Total control, like the tea, will give you energy. This one will stimulate your body. It's a very similar concept as a tea, except that the total control also has cayenne pepper to stimulate your body. So you guys have heard there's probably people who will do like the vinegars or the cayenne pepper. Well, we have that in total control. You can play with the quantities. I always start someone off just with 1, even though the bottle says 3, because it's a very strong tablet. And I always recommend it after a shake or after they eat. Because if not, this had happened to me, is I took it on an empty stomach and then I felt like throwing up. But because my body is not as hyper, I can take 2 to 3 total controls in one serving and I'm good. Like I feel the kick. Yeah, Nicole feels me, right? Like we need that extra kick. And so total control, yeah. Oh, you do 5? Damn, Gina. Take your multivitamin cell activator too, just to make sure. But yeah, total control, you can play around with the quantities. But when somebody brand new, I would just recommend 1, see how they feel, and then you start to, add 1 or 2. And then you guys get comfortable, you can take as many as you want, but it will stimulate your metabolism. It'll give you that energy kick. You know, if you have a long drive and you need to like, lift off isn't doing enough, take a total control with lift off and you're good to go. So yeah, this one will definitely give you that energy. Then you have cellulose. So cellulose is an amazing tablet. Cellulose, it does not have a stimulant. So you can take it late at night, you have no problem. It will not give you any energy. It's made to help you get rid of water weight. So it will help you bring down inches in the body for people who are trying to, you know, especially as women, we tend to bloat, we tend to retain a lot of liquids. If you eat with a lot of salt, you probably retain a lot of liquids. So cellulose can help you get rid of all that. It also has iron in it. So for people who are deficient in iron, cellulose will give you that additional iron that you need. It also helps with your pH levels. So women, you know, we want to have a good pH. It helps you with good smells. So you want to make sure cellulose is in your plan so that you can have that. It'll help you balance that out. Snack Defense is a tablet that is meant to regulate your sugar levels in your body. So have you guys been, like, I'm so guilty of this, but I love desserts. So if you love desserts like me, I'm guilty. I love desserts. But what happens when you're craving desserts, it's usually because you're not eating on time and you're not snacking throughout the day at your appropriate time. So what happens is your sugar levels will drop because your body is not getting fed appropriately. So what Snack Defense helps your body do is it helps it regulate its sugar levels. It has an ingredient, a mineral called chromium, which absorbs that sugar in the body. This is a great tablet for my diabetics. Again, we don't cure, but I have so many clients that I've gotten on the product. I give them their shake, multivitamin, Snack Defense, and Nightworks. And I always tell them, make sure you test your sugar levels every single day because they can start to regulate their body. And they notice within days how their sugars will start to regulate. So this is a great tablet to take for people who have a problem with their sugar. They'll definitely love that. Aminogen, guys, Aminogen is a must-have if you're losing weight. Okay, aside from the fact that it gives you good enzymes to digest and break down protein, which is super incredible. So let's say you have a big slab of meat or you have your shake, that's about 25 to 30 grams of protein that you're just intaking right then. So Aminogen helps it break down so your body can disperse it to your muscles. It also helps tighten up your skin. So if you're losing a lot of weight, you've probably noticed that some of the people who've lost over 100 pounds with Herbalife, they don't have a lot of flabby skin versus someone who maybe does a gastric bypass because of the fact that, one, they're taking a lot of protein that's helping their muscle mass stay nice and strong. But also Aminogen helps with the firmness and elasticity of the skin. So you want to take a lot of Aminogen when you're losing weight so that your body can compact itself and get into a good form. So you can take this after a meal, like if you ate something heavy and you notice like that bloating, take Aminogen and it'll help you because what it's doing, it's breaking down that protein that you just took. Another thing when it comes to enzymes in your stomach, these are so critical because they help with good digestion. It makes such a difference. I've heard of people who have a lot of problems with their digestional tract. You can get so many health issues because of that. So make sure you're incorporating Aminogen if you're losing weight. Guys, this is one of my favorites. So this is a cheater tablet. That's what we call it, but nobody here cheats, right? So the cheater tablet, so the Thermobond is a fiber blend tablet. It has a different types of fibers in it. All you do, it's meant to absorb fats from the foods that you eat, not carbs, just fats. So you take, I always tell people in Spanish, we say, dependiendo el sapo la pedrada. So depending on what you eat, you're gonna take Thermobond. If you're gonna have a big, my favorite is barbecue ribs. If I'm gonna have a lot of barbecue ribs, I'm not gonna have one little Thermobond and expect it to do the work. I'm gonna take 5 or 6 with a big glass of water right before that chow down, and then I can enjoy my ribs and I'm good, right? So You take Thermobond before you eat something that's high in oil with a big glass of water. It'll absorb the oils and it'll help you poop them out. So that's what Thermobond. So this is another one that's really good for people who don't have their vesicula. What's a vesicula? Gallbladder? Yeah, Diana? Okay, so it's your gallbladder.
There's a question coming for you about aminogen.
Sorry, I have the full screen and I can't see it.
It's okay. You want to read it or?
I say I have a question. Instructions say to eat with protein. So if your meal plan incorporates protein in all 5 meals, do you take 5? Yeah, I would suggest that you do it 3 times a day. So you can take the aminogen 3 times a day with your full meals. I know you'll incorporate snacks throughout the day, so you wouldn't need to incorporate it within your snacks, just within your meals. All right, next one is, so the boosters. So one of the things that's super important is that you personalize people's meal plans based on their lean protein mass indicator. What that means is we all have different protein numbers that we need to hit based on your weight and based on your goal, on your weight and your height. So there's a website that Herbalife has. If you just Google it, lean protein estimator, and you could type on there your height and your weight, and it'll tell you what your protein amount is. Based on that, you can break down your meal plan, okay? So for example, sometimes you'll do a shake with 1 scoop of protein and 2 scoops of Formula 1. Well, if you do that, you're only having about 16 grams of protein. But if you do it with 2 scoops of protein, then you're at 24, 25, right? So you play around with the quantities of the protein based on your specific needs. And that's why you add on these different protein sources. So the snacks, the bars, they're just a great way for you to hit those numbers throughout the day and having something high in protein. My favorite is the beverage mix. It's 15 grams of protein, 0 sugars. It's a great way to hit your goal with something that tastes good and it won't give you extra calories. The iced coffee, same thing, right? It's perfect snack. This is just a snack. It doesn't have the nutrients of a meal replacement, so you can just mix it up. You guys have seen all the fun recipes. You can mix it with Prolesa, and it tastes really good, but it's a perfect blend for that coffee drinker without the extra sugar, It's perfect for that. The bite, same thing. This is a great thing for the kids, Don't go too crazy with these. I mean, I can eat a whole box if you leave them to me, so that's not good either, okay? So just don't think because they're good. I remember one time I was like, Delphina, I can't listen. She goes, how many bars are you having? I'm like 2. She's like, no, you can only have 1. I'm like, oh, shit. So you can't have a lot of bars if you're trying to lose weight. These are just great snacks and good for the kids, okay? All right, so on the go. So these are shakes that you can get for people who are on the go. They don't have time to blend. They don't have time to use the blender. Perfect. They can just throw these packets and shake them up and go on the road. The one here on the canister, this one already has the protein included in there as well. This vanilla one. So this one is also really good for people who have digestional problems. It's just a lot easier for them to digest. So I've noticed that from a lot of my clients, but the flavors are it's only chocolate and vanilla, and you just shake it up in your cup and you're good to go. This is good for traveling too. All right, so let's go into the heart line. So the reason why the heart is so important, I'm gonna stop sharing. Why is the heart line so important? Can you guys share? Why do you think the heart line is so critical? Question, the coffee contains caffeine. Yes, it does. It has coffee, so it does have caffeine. I don't know the exact amount. You can check on the back. Anna should be doing this class. Yeah, the heart is the motor. Everybody has a heart. Can you live without a heart? No, you would die, right? Oh, 80 grams. Thanks, Sandy. 80 grams of caffeine for the coffee. You can't live without the heart. The other thing too is the heart is a silent killer. It is not the heart issues are not very prevalent. Like your body will give you signs, but it's not like a diabetes where you'll have you know, like a deterioration. Every 20 seconds in America, someone has a heart attack, and 80% of heart attacks happen at night. So it's a very, very important thing. You know, heart problems in women are very, very prevalent. It's a very high number of women who pass away because of heart problems. And the reason is a couple. Number one is, so you guys heard me talk about your heart. It has to push out blood every single day, every single second of the day. It doesn't get a break. Well, if someone carries too much visceral fat, and on top of that body fat, it's causing your heart, your motor, to work extra hard to push it out. On top of that, let's say you get a scare or an impression, or you get really pissed off, your nervous system gets attacked, which in turn attack the heart. So it's a very, very important thing for you to take care of your heart. That's why they always say, you know, you want to be careful with impressions or scares, because if you already have a weak system, it could cause for a heart attack. So it's very, very important, and the seriousness behind heart problems is very important. And I think, you know, 2 out of 3 people have heart problems. It's a crazy number when it comes to that. So let's go through the product and why. I'm going to tell you, if there is one line in Herbalife that I would like literally, I don't know, bet my life on, is the heart products, because the quality behind our Heartline is freaking amazing. I can tell you stories of client results that I've had. Core Complex, what it is Core Complex is a blend. It's a little pack, and it has your Herbalife line, it has your Tri-Shield, it has CoQ10 in there, and it also has plant oils. So I'll go through all of these products in a bit, but pretty much in essence what Core Complex done, let's say that this is your artery. Your artery has to pass through blood, right? It's like a little straw. Well, what happens to your arteries when it's being clogged with fat and plaque buildup, your arteries become really stiff, and it's hard for the blood to flow. So what Core Complex does, it helps break down that plaque buildup and that fat so that it could provide flexibility for the arteries, and it gets rid of that buildup. So Core Complex serves that purpose. It'll help with the good circulation of your blood flow. Super important for you to have that. Nightworks works in support of breaking down that plaque, but Nightworks gives you nitric oxide, which helps the artery expand and open so that in case there are blood clots, they can pass through. That's why it's called Nightworks, because you guys heard me say 80% of heart attacks happen at night, because when your body's at rest, that's when your heart will give out. So Nightworks will help you with the oxygen flow. The combination of two are perfect for someone who suffers from cholesterol, high blood pressure. It will help you, you know, any heart problems, I would highly recommend it. It helps you with good brain focus and development. You probably will notice that when you take it, you're just a lot more alert. You'll notice also you'll become, your body becomes very tender and sensitive. So that's why Angie loves it for her climax drink, because Nightworks will do that for you. You can play around with how you take this product. You can take this in the morning too. So something like and again, I know this is being recorded. This is totally like, again, the product is not a cure, but I'm going to tell you, I had vertigo, and vertigo would cause me to get dizzy, and I would have blackouts. For me, oh, the baby needs Nightworks. Give the baby Nightworks. Actually, I give my nephews, and I, you know, all my nephews love Nightworks. They think it's horchata, and they drink that shit like crazy. It's 150 volume points, you know. But yeah, we give this to my nephews. So for the kids, if you ever wonder, you can give it to them. But anyway, I had vertigo, and so I noticed that for me, if I have a lot of my mind, or if there's something that's stressing me out, I feel flare-ups. So if I take Nightworks with my tea, I'm good throughout the day. The oxygen is flowing. So you can take it during the day as well. If you take it at night, it's okay as well, you know, it's okay. So the other thing too, I just want to add, so these two products are great for men, and I'm going to tell you why. Men's, even though I know we have the men's line, but men's prostates are made up of a lot of arteries, and when their blood flow is not working appropriately, they won't be able to have good erections. And for a man, that's a huge problem, right? And so this, typically I'll give this to men, and they, like Max said yes. Just kidding, Diana said yes. He's gonna hear me. Oh, see, he said yes. But you give men core complex and Nightworks, and they love it. They will totally feel the difference. And then we love it even more, right? But yeah, and I'm gonna tell you an advice, you know, my mom says, she goes, give it to them now before they get sick, because if they get sick, guess who's gonna be dealing with them, right? You. So you don't wanna deal with them sick. So in core complex, there's Tri-Shield. So Tri-Shield, it's a different kind of oil from a different kind of fish called Neptune krill. And this fish will help your triglyceride levels stabilize. So that's what Tri-Shield does. It helps you with that. And that one is included in the core complex. It also has Herbal Lifeline. Herbal Lifeline is an omega-3. It helps you with the blood flow. It's perfect for women who are pregnant because it has DHA, and it helps with brain development. It also helps for all of us. It helps us with mental focus. It helps with your skin, with your nails. You're gonna notice women in Herbalife that the older we get, the better we look. But a lot of it is because we've been taking a lot of omega-3 for a long time. This is perfect as well for people who work out. I know if you're lifting a lot, you know, Herbalife will help you with your muscle restoration as well. So it's a great tablet for a lot of different things.
It's also a natural fat burner just because it burns visceral fat.
Yep. Yeah. Oh wait, I'm looking at the chat. For core complex and someone who is healthy, take it too. Yep. Becky, I call it like the cleansing of the arteries. So kind of like when you do a digestive cleanse, that you do it like every season, you can do I call it the cleansing of the arteries. You can do it every 3 months, every 4 months, you know, because you're adding food, you're adding different plaque buildup, so you can be, you know, burning it throughout the time. So you can take it. You'll feel great. You'll love it. Sandy, that's how Frida was made, thanks to core complex. Look at that. But yeah, and then Herbal Lifeline is great for the baby, right? And it's great for the baby's development. That's why she's going to be a smart, powerful, driven female goddess, because she's been having Herbal Lifeline in her life. Mega garlic. So garlic is meant to be a natural antibiotic. So, you know, the reason why you don't want to be taking regular antibiotics, if you can avoid it, is because they kill off your blood cells, your white and your red blood cells. And it lowers your immune system. So if you're someone who tends to, you know, to get sick a lot, you have a weak immune system, you want to take garlic. It's really important. I know people say you're going to smell, take it at night, and that way you can just sleep by yourself. But it helps a lot because it's such a high antioxidant. It helps with circulation. It helps with your cholesterol levels. But really it helps you like fight off infection in your body. So this is a really, really important one. CoQ10. So CoQ10 is meant to help be like an energy just for your heart. It's kind of like a vitamin just for your heart. So CoQ10 is great, especially if somebody gets headaches all the time, like migraine headaches. Add CoQ10 and lift off, and headaches go away. And then your multivitamins, because if you're lacking nutrients and you're getting a lot of headaches, sometimes it's because you're lacking nutrients. But if you're already taking your multivitamin cell activator, many times your headaches can come from bad circulation. And so CoQ10 will help with that. And the reason why lift off helps with headaches is because it has ginkgo, and that ginkgo will help with headaches as well. And then, yeah, you can take, you know, you can combine them. You can take the product, even if you're not sick. If you have a lot of varicose veins, you can take a lot of Herbal Lifeline. Like Delphina said, it's a natural fat burner. So it will help you also with that visceral fat, you know, to shrink it down. you're going to notice your digestion change a lot as well when you start taking a lot of Herbalife Line. So with that, guys, that is my time. So I hope it was of value to you. And yeah, we're going to keep doing this so we can continue to give you good information. I'll pass it back to you, Delphi.
Thank you, Carmen. Guys, does anybody, you guys I know have been asking away on the chat, but if you have any more questions, feel free. You have 1 minute.
Can you get copies of the slides? If you go into My Herbalife on the home page, if you go in the middle section, there's going to be numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to number 2. It has STS resources, and there's an STS product presentation. You can download it there.
Awesome. So my question to you, I know Carmen said write a list of the products that you want to implement and also products you're going to share with your clients. So this is our opportunity not only for you to level up on your health, and then 2 is what product did you think of that would be like, oh my God, my family member needs that one, or my client can totally use this one. So take advantage of this training and reach out to those you have on your list. So that is it, guys, for all of us tonight. Just if you haven't registered for LDW, if you're a supervisor already, fully qualified for the Leadership Development Weekend, please register. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be not only super informative, it's going to give you the leadership skills to level up and to reach the marketing, the level that you want to be. And then 3, Saturday night, there's going to be a Halloween party. So what a great way to grab a few of your downline, do the training, take the Leadership Development Weekend together, and then hang out, Saturday evening. And that is it, guys. Another thing, the pre-launch for Side Hustle Round 4. Pre-launch is meaning it's kind of like an HOM. It's a business opportunity meeting where you can invite anyone. You can invite your preferred members. You can invite prospects to listen what Side Hustle is about and how they can benefit from them joining and then making extra money with Herbalife, right? So again, the pre-launch is open for everyone. Now, when Side Hustle School starts, which would be the following Wednesday, the 28th, now it has to be, this is for just our team, distributors only. So let's take advantage, let you know how many people will you have. The goal is 5 new distributors. So let's go, guys. All these opportunities are amazing. Tomorrow, too, we have an HOM at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You don't want to miss. Anything else, Carmen, that you would like to announce that I missed?
No, so just for LDW, guys, if you are a distributor and have 1,000 volume points accumulated, you can qualify. So if you have any distributors who have accumulated 1,000 volume points July, August, September, you can qualify. Be fully present. Guys, this is the last one that we have in the year. So be fully present, fully engaged. It's going to be an amazing training, and excited just to be able to close out 2020 incredible. So thank you, guys.
All right, guys, have a great night and get those sales in with these new products that you may implement on your client list and also on yourself.
Post it on the chat. That would be good. Post it on the chat to see what you're going to add.
Yes, that's a great idea. All right, guys. See you guys this weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Good night. Bye. Good night.